everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Turnips to Tangerines, and today we are going to be making enchilada sauce, and we're going to be using a recipe that I found at a website called Rockin and she also has a YouTube channel, and it sounded really easy to make and it sounded really good, so I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try instead of using, you know, the canned all the time. And the first thing we're going to do is I have in this pan right here, I have 3 tablespoons of oil that I'm heating up on medium high. And when that gets hot, then we are going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. And we're going to be making a roux with that. And the purpose of the roux is to thicken up the sauce. So let's get our oil hot here. And I have my 3 tablespoons in this little container over here. And ooh, it looks like it's getting a little hot. Yeah, maybe turn it up just a little bit more. And like I said, once it gets hot, then we're going to stir in our flour and cook that. We're going to lower the heat to low. And then we will add the flour. And I can tell the oil's getting a little hot in here. You can just see it oil gets kind of wavy on the bottom when it's hot. And you can kind of just see that a little tiny bit. There we go. Getting good and hot. Yeah, you don't want to burn it or boil it. You just want it to get hot. Yeah, and I think that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to turn it down to low. And then I'm going to stir in my 3 tablespoons of flour. And there we go. But you want it bubbling like that. Keep stirring it and whisking it in. I should probably have a little baby whisk for this, but this will work good too. I'll whisk it in for about 2 minutes. Whoa, do about 2 minutes here. And until it starts to bubble. And that it's doing. I guess I can turn that down just a little bit more. See? That's nice. Cook and get some of that flour taste out of there. And if you've ever made a roux, then you know, you just let it cook a little bit here until it's nice and bubbly. Everything's stirred in. Let it cook about 2 minutes or so, 1 to 2 minutes, just to get the flour taste out. And that looks pretty good. Let it bubble a little bit more. Kind of incorporate it. You don't want any lumps. And this will thicken up your roux, or thicken up your sauce nicely. Okay, little bubble going on. And then we are going to add the chili powder. The recipe calls for 4 teaspoons, and she said you can also use 4 tablespoons if you like it super hot. And this was a brand that she recommended here. I hope you can see that. Let me see here. Let me get it in a little clearer here for you. There we go. Okay, here. And this is a brand that Rockin recommended. So that's the kind that I bought. And you add 3 teaspoons, it is. Or 4 teaspoons. I'm sorry, I got this whole thing all mixed up. And of course, my little one. Hey! There's 2 and 3. I guess we'll add a little bit more. Yeah. I guess this is going to be hot. There we go. Oh my God. There, we're going to stir that up. Ooh. I would say I'd probably have closer to 3 or 4 tablespoons in here. My husband likes it hot, so for me, that's okay. If I got a little extra in there, and in fact, I'm just going to add a little tiny bit more right there. just to be on the safe side. Like I said, we like things a little on the spicy side, and that's what she said too. If you like things hot, yeah, use that. And I've never used this chili powder before, so we'll see how it works. And you kind of stir that in and let it cook a little bit. That's the chili powder mixed in with the roux. And then we're slowly going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. And this is just your regular old chicken broth, you know, that you buy in the container here. I hope you can see that. Just regular old chicken broth. Nothing special. You can probably use a low sodium if you prefer to. And now we slowly add the chicken broth, which is going to give it a thicken it up here. As you can see, you gotta keep whisking and getting all them lumps. Yep. And yeah, little bubbles. Slowly pour that, and we still have it over the medium-low, or medium heat, I should say. And you add 2 cups. And here's the second cup. Oh. And then you just kind of let that stir till it's fully mixed in, which it looks pretty good to me. Some of that off of there. You can see already it's starting to thicken up. Yeah. Ooh. And then you are going to add a teaspoon of cumin. Teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, there's 1, there is 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Okay, let's just stir that a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slowly put this on here to get some of that off. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to add a little tiny bit of salt. And, oh, that smells good. I'll do this again. I'll let that dissolve a little bit. Come on, guys. Stop running around my dogs again. Hey. And then we're going to add just a pinch. And I mean like a pinch here. Like that. See, just teeny tiny pinch. Which is like that. See? Of cinnamon. Just a pinch, she said. Okay. And then I'm going to add a tiny bit. Turn it up just a tiny bit. A little tiny bit, she said, of sugar. And of course I forgot to go get that, so I will be back in a flash here. Let that cook slowly and add a little bit of sugar here. About half a teaspoon, I think, of sugar, which is roughly about that much of sugar. And then you just slowly cook it very slowly. Okay, there goes my camera. Okay, wow. Kablang. Whoa, that's not too good. And you just let it cook and you allow it to get thick. I think my camera fell because of all the vibrations from these dogs running around like nuts today. Again, I'm telling you. So what I'm going to do, this is just about done. She said you just cook it until it thickens up, and you can see that it is nice and thick. And it smells really good. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to set it aside and turn it up just a little bit. It's nice and thick. It's getting nice. And then I'm going to take it off the heat and let it cool. And then after I let it cool, I'll let you see what it looks like. Homemade enchilada sauce. Nice and spicy and thick. A perfect sauce to put on top of your Texas tamales or any other kind of tamales or enchiladas or anything you'd like to put the sauce on. It is fantastic. It is easy to whip up. It is super thick, as you can see. It has a lot of spice in it. You can make it as spicy as you'd like or not spicy at all. It all depends what you want to do. This wonderful sauce, the recipe is from Rockin' and I highly recommend giving it a try. I don't think you'll ever go back to canned enchilada sauce ever again. I know I'm not going to. And it takes probably a whole, maybe 10 minutes if you're lucky to whip this up. And I'm sure it lasts for quite a while. I think she said it lasts a couple weeks in your refrigerator, maybe even longer. I'm not sure. You could maybe possibly even keep it longer than that. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the sauce from Rockin' Robins, and I hope you give it a try, because I really do think you're going to like it. I know I do. Give it a try. There we go. Rockin' Robins homemade enchilada sauce. Fantastic.